Sip Bliko, Sip Gautam, Sip Roop, Sip Kundan, Sip Eru, and I see Sunil, Chittal, and the others on the call, but don't see the image. But welcome. Welcome everybody to the call. I see a new name, Sip Divakar. Divakar, welcome to the call. I see a new name. Whenever I see a new name, I try to welcome, because there are new people who come onto this call and they don't know what this call is about. What is the purpose of life? Why are we talking about enlightenment? Why are we committing every day? What is the necessity? Is it even necessary? Some people ask this question. Some people ask me the question, what is the necessity to live? Why should I live life? I say your question itself is wrong. There is no question of why should you live life. You have to live life. And if you have to live life, you better live it well. Otherwise, you will suffer. And if you don't live it the right way, then pain of the body, misery of the mind, agony of the ego, that will go on and on till you are reborn. My dear friends, life can be beautiful. Life can be blissful. Somebody asked me the question today, why should I love? I said you should love because love is divine. Love is divine. Love comes from the divine and love goes to the divine. Do we even know? Do we know that love is sip? When you love is nothing but a manifestation of sip, the supreme immortal power. Therefore, it is beautiful to love. It is beautiful to serve. Because when you serve, it is again puja. So all these things we cover on this call day after day, day after day. I hope the audio is okay. Can you all hear me well? Thank you. So yes, let us start. Thank you. Thank you. Administrator, today's call. The question, who is a true yogi? Who is a true yogi? We see so many yogis, or rather sannyasis, brahmacharis. People are confused. ये क्या है योगी? ये योगी कौन है? सन्यासी कौन है? ब्रह्मचारी कौन है? कौन है? So who will answer this question?
Shivam Sarji.
Shivam, Ashok Nichani, bolo. And then after that, Rumata ji.
योगी वो है जो हमेशा योग में रहता है, प्रभु के साथ योग में रहता है।
तो जो ऑरेंज धोती पहनता है और जो वो रुद्राक्ष माला लेके लंबा लंबा दाढ़ी, लंबा लंबा बाल, इधर नाम रख करके तपस्या करता है, वो योगी नहीं है?
नहीं 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 सर जी, वो योगी नहीं है। योगी वो है जो प्रभु परमात्मा से अपने सोल से वो सोल को कम्युनिकेट करता है।
How, Ashok, how does one become a yogi? How does one live as a yogi, Ashok?
One lives as a yogi when he वो अपनी इंद्रियां सब बंद कर देता है। He kills his mind. He kills his mind. इंद्रियां सब बंद कर. He is not bothered about what is happening outside. Only inside. He's looking into him.
Ashok gave one of the most beautiful answers today. Ashok gave, Ashok, what you told is in the Upanishads in 3 words. Ashok, do you know these 3 words, Ashok? What is in the Upanishads, what you just now told? Do you know? I am not good at this. No, Sunil Chittal is the expert. I don't know, Sunil Chittal is still not showing his lovely face. But who knows what are the 3 words that Ashok Nichani told today? In the Upanishads, it comes in 3 words. Who knows the 3 words what Ashok Nichani just now told? Anybody can tell in the group, the call?
Asangoham.
Asangoham. That is, I think, if I'm not mistaken, that is from the Buddhist text, no? Giri?
That I do not know.
Okay. I also do
but
not
connected
know.
to this call.
I also do not know. But I'm referring to something, 3 beautiful words. Anybody knows what I'm referring, what Ashok said? So Ashok said something very profound. It is to do with today's topic, but sometime we will take up this as a topic. Anybody, before I give you the answer? what Ashok told, Rumata ji, आप अगले बात बोलेंगी. Ashok just now what he told is part of Shat Shampat. Ashok, what you told just now is Sama Dama Uparati. What you just now said, Ashok, is
Okay, sir.
control of the mind, Sama,
Mind.
control of the senses, Dama, and Uparati. Uparati means living like a tortoise. So when the enemy comes, Ashok, what the tortoise does when the enemy comes, you know, Ashok?
He covers with the shell.
He withdraws. If the moment the enemy comes, the tortoise goes in. He hides. So we have to learn to go into our protective shell.
Protective.
A yogi lives with Sama, Dama, Uparti, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhana. Titiksha means not reacting to everybody's tiny things. Imagine I keep on reacting to every small thing that happens around me. I cannot be a yogi. This is called fortitude. Titiksha means fortitude, the ability not to react. Because we human beings, we react very fast. But we should not react. So this is called titiksha. Titiksha. Sama, Dama, Uparti. Titiksha, Shraddha. Shraddha is faith, and Samadhana. Samadhana is what I come here for. You know why I come here? I come all the way here because Samadhana. Samadhana means equipoise. Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Rumata ji, thank you Ashok for your interesting champion start of the talk. Rumata ji, बताइए आपका क्या बोलना है? Who is the yogi?
प्रणाम गुरुजी.
प्रणाम माता जी प्रणाम. बोलो.
Guruji, a true yogi is one who remains in consciousness, always united with God, and is not immersing in sansar, and is always in yoga through 4-5 ways of yoga: bhakti yoga, gyan yoga, dhyan yoga, karma yoga, prem yoga, because it is very difficult to remain in one type of yoga throughout the day. So he metamorphosized himself into a monk by following all these yogas. And these 5 yogas are like 5 roads which lead us to enlightenment. And I think that can be done by cremating the mind.
So you see, the true yogis are speaking on the call today. Ashok Nichani, Ru Mataji. These are the true yogis.
You don't. And Guruji, best of all is Prem Yoga, Ru se Ru ka pyar, which comes naturally like a fountain.
वो तो बड़ी नसीब की बात है. रू से रू का प्यार. सपोज मुझे आपसे रू से रू का प्यार है, लेकिन प्रभु का प्रसाद नहीं होगा तो वो एक भजन आपने सुना है, प्रीतम की आंखों में देख जरा, योग हो तो प्रभु को तू पाएगा, आंखों में प्यार इतना है भरा, प्रीतम के आंखों में प्रभु है बसा, प्रीतम से प्रभु घर, उसमें क्या बोलते हैं, प्रीतम से प्रभु घर निकल गए, प्रेमी से प्यार क्या कर पाएगा, इसमें बोलते हैं प्रेम योग का अंत हो जाएगा. तो अगर प्रेम योग का रहना भी,
आपका जो है ना हमारे ऊपर कृपा और प्रभु ग्रेस ऑफ गॉड, वो हमेशा हमें हेल्प करती है.
मैं क्या हूं, कुछ भी नहीं, सब कुछ तू ही तो. रू माता जी ने बहुत अच्छा बताया. What did Ru Mataji tell us today? Who is a true yogi? Very beautifully she said, but she did not sing it. I wish she could sing it. She should have said, योगी जो योग में सदा ही रहे, प्रभु के योग में रहे, संसार की माया में वो ना अटके, सदा योग में वो रहे. रू माता जी गा के बताना है नेक्स्ट टाइम. प्रभु की प्यार हो सदा, प्रभु से प्यार वो करे, योगी वो है जो माया से बच के रहे, प्रभु के योग में रहे. Some of you are shy to sing. You can be good singers. Some of you can be very good singers, लेकिन आप वो थोड़ा शर्म करते हैं. वो भजन में वही लिखता है ना, शर्म किसी बात पे करता नहीं, ऐसा जीता है योगी। हाँ? मोह माया में वो ना फंसता कभी, सदा योग में रहता योगी. So we have to be like that. Okay. So who would like to ask questions on a yogi? How to be in yoga? How much time are you in yoga? योगिनी, आप योगिनी, आपका नाम तो योगिनी हो गया. कितना टाइम योगा में है? How much time do you spend in yoga? Each one of us, the challenge is this: how to spend time in yoga. Is it Rekha Parwani wanting to raise a hand? Rekha Parwani?
Shivam AiR.
Shubham.
A yogi surrenders and accepts the divine will.
Beautiful.
Now,
See, I told you there are a lot of yogis in this call. You know, coming to this call, I'll tell you, is a yogi certification. You don't need to go to university because you hear so many yogis here. You listen to so many yogis. You don't need to go to any ashram. You don't need to go to any sannyas or any. You don't need it, because if you come here, you will hear real yogis. You will hear real jigyasus in this call every day. Real jigyasus speak. Look at what Rekha said. Yogi is one जो अर्पण करता है, समर्पण करता है, कबूल करता है, सब करता है. प्रभु, तुम ही सब कुछ जानत प्रीतम, तेरी इच्छा पूरत हो. दुख में सुख में मेरे प्रीतम, तेरी इच्छा पूरत हो. This is a favorite line of my Guruji, Dada J.P. Vaswani. He used to always say this. And it's very important. It's very important for us to be in that state of acceptance, in that state of surrender.
yes.
Who else would like to ask questions? Who is a true yogi? Or who would like to ask any question? Yes, please.
A yogi always being in samsar, it doesn't sink in samsar. He always says that Dina Bandhu, Dina Nath, Meri Dori Tere Haath. Matlab he is totally given up and surrendered himself to the Lord.
अरे वाह.
आप जैसे चलाओ मैं तैयार हूँ.
Can a bhogi live like that?
No.
Can a bhogi live like that?
Never.
The bhogi says, प्रभु क्या हुआ प्रभु? प्रभु मेरा कॉन्ट्रैक्ट को क्या हुआ प्रभु? मैंने मंदिर 20 बार आया, मैं इतना फल चढ़ाया, इतना किया, इतना अर्चना किया, अभिषेक किया, क्या हुआ मेरा प्रोजेक्ट को? क्या हुआ प्रभु? क्या ये क्या बेइंसाफी है? हाँ, this is unfair. Oh Lord, this is unfair. I did so much maska for you, and after putting so much maska for you, nothing happened. Oh God, what is the use of putting maska? This is how you speak to God. प्रभु, अशोक निशानी, कोई बोलता है प्रभु मैं तिरुपति गया, 4 बार गंजा हुआ, मैं 4 बार गंजा हुआ, अभी तक बच्चा नहीं हुआ मेरा. 4 बार गंजा हुआ मैं, अभी तक बच्चा नहीं हुआ. लोग समझते हैं बच्चा पैदा करना कोई मजाक है. Some people think child manufacturing is a joke, is a fun. No, it's not a fun. Child manufacturing means you very difficult to become yogi, because then you have to have detachment. How to have detachment? Because attachment automatic हो जाता. हम समझते मेरा बच्चा है, ये मेरा बच्चा, मेरा बच्चा है. तुमने क्या किया? मैंने पैदा किया. तुमने कुछ नहीं किया, मेरा बच्चा है. This is the biggest mistake of a bhogi. The bhogi thinks ये मेरा बच्चा है. कोई तेरा बच्चा नहीं, प्रभु का बच्चा है. प्रभु ने मैन्युफैक्चर किया. तुमने दिल बनाया, तुमने ब्रेन बनाया, तुमने किडनीज बनाया, खुद तुम लाएगा. तो when we are in a yoga, when the state of yoga, very beautifully said, Dina Bandhu, Dina Nath, Meri Dori, we should be able to be committed to God. We should stop all bakwas. The problem is we are too distracted. I hate it when I get distracted. I get upset. When my mind takes me away from yoga, I become so angry at myself. I like to be in yoga all the time. Even if I'm doing something which seems worldly, I'm still in yoga. I may be doing the most worldly thing, but I am still united with the divine. That is the grace. We must try to be like that. Who else would like to ask question? Giri. Yes, sir.
A true yogi is always aware of his ultimate goal, and he has already realized that being in yoga is the only method wherein he can maintain the status of being liberated to ultimately go into moksha.
Amazing. Amazing. Today, each of you is hitting sixer. One sixer is better than the other sixer today. How you all are hitting these sixers, I don't know. One person is hitting better sixer than the other. What amazing answers. It reminds me of
Preparing
that
for,
song.
all are preparing for World Cup.
So it reminds me of that song, Ashok. He says, Chanda आसमां में प्रेरित करता है योगी भी योग में रहे माया में ना फंसता है योगी प्रभु से ना योग तोड़े योगी योग में हमेशा ही है चंदा जैसे योगी भी चमकता है. So the moon doesn't break its connection with the sun. Even if the eclipse comes, soon after the eclipse, the moon is back in there. What is the other song we have got? That तुम गगन के चंद्रमा हो मैं तुम्हारी चांदनी. So a yogi lives like this, telling Prabhu, तुम तो गगन के चंद्रमा हो, मैं तो तुम्हारी चांदनी हूं. So can the chandani cut the connection with the chand? Can the chandani cut connection with the chand? But what happens is, because of our shaitan, the mind is a shaitan. What the mind does? The mind takes us. The mind will take us away from yoga. Then when we open our eyes, we are already in bhoga. Now we have to come back to yoga. CBTY. Remember what we told? CBTY. This is what we had told. Each of you is manipulating this. Come back to. It is CBTY. Come back to yoga. A yogi is always in that mode to come back to yoga. Excellent, Girish. Sunil Chittar.
Shivam Guruji.
Sure, sir.
Yogi is the one who already has the approach anubhuti because he lives as Sip with Sip. So that he doesn't. That's why he's in a permanent state of union. Till he achieves that state of Tattvamasi or Aham Brahmasmi or Shivoham, he's the aspirant or he's the moksha.
So your first word was it was yogi is one who already has the anubhuti, you said, right?
Yes, yes.
Beautiful. The yogi, a true yogi.
Yes.
Others may be, what Sunil Chittar is saying, others may be trying to be yogi.
Yes.
There are two types of yogi. See, one is a person who wants to be a yogi. He's trying. He goes into yoga, then he cuts off into bhoga, then back into yoga, then cuts off into bhoga, then back in. This is the typical jigyasu method, jigyasu state of being. But what Sunil is saying, the true yogi, he's in that state of, he's a jnani. सच को कोई ना जानता ये अपरोक्ष अनुभूति है इसका कोई सबूत ना सच का एहसास होना है. The yogi doesn't have to prove to anybody. The yogi doesn't tell anybody, hey, मैं yogi हूँ, hey, खबरदार, मैं yogi. And if you don't become yogi, if your name is Yogi, Adyanatha, what's his name? CM's name? Yogi. You don't become a yogi just if your name is Yogi. We have one yogi, Yoga Narsiman. He comes for this call, but today he's not there. I don't know, teased him otherwise. So his name only is Yoga Narsiman. So the yogi, what does he understand? He understands Prabhu to hai har jagah. He understands उसका कोई सबूत ना उसके बिन तो कुछ भी ना वो है तो हम सब है. The yogi understands, what am I? The yogi understands I am nothing. The yogi understands this Zoom call is nothing. We are only jigyasus who are seeking the divine. The difference is we are yogis, other are bhogis. Say it doesn't matter. Even bhogi is the only problem is the bhogi will bhog. Bhog means he will suffer. He will suffer janam after janam after janam after janam. He may never become one with the divine.
Because the
The
yogi,
ultimate. Yes, sir.
no, I think you complete. Yeah.
So what Girish said just before this also, the yogi knows the ultimate purpose. The yogi knows my goal is moksha. My goal is nirvana. Otherwise, was Siddhartha Gautam, prince, was he mad, crack, crazy? He left his most beautiful wife. He left his 1-year-old child. He left palace. Was he mad, crack fellow? And went into the forest? No. He knew the purpose of life. See, it's simple. Sunil Chittan. Do the millionaires and billionaires of this world know or they don't know that tomorrow when they die, $1, €1, €1 cannot go with them? They know it or they don't know it?
They don't know it. The currency
No,
is different.
Know it. They know it, but they don't realize it. Are you telling me they don't know it? Of course they know it, Sunil Chittan, but they don't realize it because they are what is called, they are zapped. They are zapped by that bhoga. So it is very important. You were trying to say something, Sunil. I took my mind off your point. You want to say something more?
No, I just wanted to say, because it is the ignorance that is, once the ignorance is removed, automatically you are in the state of a yogi. And you don't get something new in the state of a yogi. You actually are, just because of a ignorance, we don't realize it. And suddenly something new is not obtained. You suddenly realize, oh my God, I was performing all this as self. And I just give importance to body mind. That is what I have to get. I always was. There's nothing new I'm going to experience.
Absolutely. The beauty is that ignorance covers, that's why it's called Maya. Ignorance covers the reality of life. Somebody today shared with me a new software called Maya. There's a new software. The software is called Maya because the Maya is decided. I think it's a new software, 3D software called Maya, which is to do with the deception. The name of the software only they've called Maya. So, yes, this is what it is. Bliko, thank you, Sunil. Bliko. Yes, Bliko.
Shivam, everybody.
Shivam, sir.
Sunil Chittal remind me one very good sentence. What you get when you become yogi, that is a praptasya prapti and nivrittasya nivritti. That is called praptasya prapti, means what you have, you will get. And nivrittasya nivritti, what you were not, will go away. So you don't get anything, basically. But your ignorance will go.
And when ignorance goes, you get everything. When ignorance goes, you don't get everything in the sense you don't need anything. You come to realize that what do I need? When you realize that you are divine, what more you want, Bliko? When you know you are a god or a goddess, can there be anything greater than this? Than the realization that I am a god, I am goddess. Imagine the realization comes. If I tell Ashok Nichani, you are a god, Ashok Nichani say, thank you, sir, Jay, for your good wishes. No, you have to have that anubhuti ke main prabhu hu, aham brahmasmi, shivoham. You need to have that anubhuti. My saying you are a god or a goddess is not enough. You have to experience that feeling by being a yogi, by letting go of the bhoga. Therefore, a true yogi is that. Who wants to go next? We still have a few minutes. Any question, not just on this subject, on any question on life, spirituality, enlightenment, ignorance, nirvana, moksha, any question about life. Don't ask me how to make money. But any question about life, happiness, liberation, nirvana, moksha, suffering, we invite any different question as well. Anybody has a question? Sometimes I like to pause. Otherwise, we don't give chance for people. Yes, sir. We don't give chance for new questions. Tell me, sir.
When we say moksha, and if you look at the scriptures, they always say there are 4 types of moksha. Why is it so?
Only
Because
4?
once you have the anubhuti, I don't think there are 4 types of moksha.
Sunil Chittal, the more I told you, the best way to attain whatever you call moksha is simplify it. Simplify it. The more we complicate it, the more it becomes impossible to attain. It is, see, what did who spoke last, Blicko? He quoted you, and then he said, right? What did he say? Prapta se prapti, nivritta se nivritti. I'm not good in these Sanskrit words, I told you. But the point is, the simple thing is, Sunil Chittal, I like it from the Upanishads, but the simplest thing, neti neti, tattvam asi. Sunil Chittal, if you stick on to this one thing, you don't need anything else. Even the 4 Mahavakyas, which are supposed to be the principal statements of the Vedas and the Upanishads, get summarized into 5 words. Neti neti tattvam asi. You don't need anything. What these 4 mokshas? What 4 mokshas? 8 mokshas? 16 mokshas? Moksha is, what is moksha? When there is no breath, when there is death, my ignorance is gone. Neti neti. If it is neti neti, neti neti, मैं ये नहीं हूँ, शिवोहम मैं, शिव हूँ मैं, शिव हूँ, शिवोहम तुम, शिव हो तुम, शिव हो, शिवोहम सब, शिव है सब शिव है. That's all you need. Neti neti. Is it not true? Today in Finland, Sunil Chittal, I'm writing a book. It's called Don't Cut Your Birthday Cake. Don't cut your birthday cake. Awake. Your birthday is fake. This is the book I'm writing. Sunil Chittal, if you just take this one, 3 lines I'm telling you, and you try to explain people the whole of spirituality, you don't need any scripture. You don't need any scripture. I can challenge you. Sunil Chittal, pay attention to what I'm saying. These 3 words, what is it saying? The day you were born, your birthday, is not your birthday because you were alive before that. And you are alive before that. It means, when were you born? You were born when you were conceived. What were you, Sunil Chittal? You were just one atom of energy. That's all. If you take that and you link this to your death, when the body dies, the body returns to ashes and that energy departs. I am that energy that comes. I am that energy that goes. Nothing more you need. Tell me, is it difficult, Sunil Chittal? Is this easier than what scriptures talk about, or this is difficult, what I'm telling?
It is easier. It's easier.
It is.
But it requires
and
a
so
clean
practical.
heart.
It is so practical.
Yes.
You are not the body. The birthday is not your birthday. You are alive. When were you conceived? You were conceived 9 months back. What were you? What were you when you were conceived? You were just one zygote, one spark. One spark. We are that. Tattvamasi. What is the meaning of Tattvamasi? Thou art that. What that? That spark. This is the entire Vedas, the entire Upanishads comes in this. You can explain to 4th standard child. a fourth, I don't know, the fourth standard child will understand. Eru, fourth standard or eighth standard? What 10th standard? What child will understand this concept of I am not, it's not my birthday? What age child?
Fourth or fifth standard can understand.
Can understand.
Huh?
Fourth
Fourth
standard
Fourth
can
standard
understand.
understands.
Yes.
No. How the fourth standard child will understand embryo and conception?
They understand.
Okay,
Pokemon is there for them.
No, she's a teacher. I asked her
Today.
because in school, what age that child of that age can understand. It's not my birthday, because in school they teach that you were conceived 9 months before. Then, if you were conceived 9 months before, then what were you? That's why I'm writing a book on this subject. Before I come back from Finland, the book will be ready. So then we will share with you. Okay, thank you. Beautiful questions. Sunil Chittal, you took the discussion to a new level. Anything else? That's why I said new questions. Anybody has a new question, like Sunil Chittal asked? Anybody has a new question?
Yes, sure, man.
Shoham?
Here, I have a question.
Yes,
who gets liberated? I'm sure that who gets liberated? I'm sure that body remains in dust. I'm not sure that mind, ego, or me gets liberated, or only the mind gets liberated.
The moment you understand this answer, you are liberated. The moment you understand this answer, then you are liberated.
I don't understand the answer.
Because this answer cannot be understood. This answer is, what is that? अनुभूति ऐसी हो जाती है, एहसास सच का हो जाता है, इसका कोई परोक्ष नहीं, अंतर ज्ञान यूं ही हो जाता, अनुभूति सच की होती, अपरोक्ष अनुभूति ये है. So, Gautam, this is called realization. Now pay attention. If you want to know the answer, I will tell the answer to you today. You will understand today, but tomorrow again you will not understand. That also I am telling you. But today you will understand. So the body, who gets liberated, right? You're asking. Who attains moksha, liberation? The body dies. The body dies. The body doesn't get liberated. Who needs liberation? The mind and ego. The mind and ego, me, carries karma and is born again and again and again and again. So the person like you thinks the mind and ego needs liberation. But the moment there is anubhuti, then there is no mind and ego. The moment there is anubhuti, then there is no mind and ego. Automatically there is liberation. So therefore, who gets liberation? Who gets liberation?
Mind and ego.
No, there is no mind and ego.
Yeah.
There is no mind and ego. Then who gets liberation?